It was a moment of rejoicing and celebration of the life and times of late Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora ni Aderemi, as she was given a final rite of passage on her passing on at age 81. A service of songs and Christian wake was held on Wednesday, 3rd August 2016 at the Cathedral of St. Jude, Diocese of Lagos Mainland Anglican Communion. Her aged husband, children, family members, friends and well-wishers went all out to honor the deceased having lived a good and fulfilled life. The service, which had an impressive attendance of guests, featured several manners such as hymnal rendition, special songs, Bible readings, the sermon, prayers, amidst other activities which spiced the event. The lessons were taken by the son and daughters of the late Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora.
I know the heavy burdens that God has laid on us. He has set the right time for everything. He has given us a desire to know the future, but never gives us the satisfaction of fully understanding what He does. So, I realize that all we can do is to be happy and do the best we can while we are still alive.
John chapter 14 verses 1 to 6. Jesus said to his disciples, "Set your troubled hearts at rest. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you, for I'm going there to prepare a place for you. And after I have gone and prepared a place for you, I will come again and take you to myself, so that where I am, there you may be also. And where I am going, you know, and the way you know."
Which then ushered the testimonies given by one of her daughters and members of the Omidiora family as they appraised her for her goodwill and human disposition to life.
What do I appreciate in Princess Enyade Omidiora? She was courageous and frank. She will speak the truth to your face and not mince words. She will stay away from any gathering where there is pretense or untruthfulness. Balogun and Mama are our encouragers, ever ready with truthful advice. They visited and celebrated with us from time to time, in times of joy or unpleasantness. We never left their company feeling sad or confused.
You would always say to me, in our native language, "Emi ni ojo," you are just like me. Now, when I walk past those places, I remember you with sadness because of your sudden exit. I believe that one day, this sadness will turn into beautiful memories, so that when I remember you, I will feel joy instead of pain, as I know in full assurance that you are with Jesus in a better place. Mommy, mommy, just as I used to call you. I thank God for the beautiful years of your life. And I thank God for the special moments that I shared with you as a daughter and as a friend.
My precious mother, I really missed you. And my greatest joy is that you gave your life to Jesus. That gives me so much joy. Because I know that we are going to meet again. So it doesn't make the pain so great. The final words I have to say is,
In a sermon, the officiating minister described her as a pathfinder, a role model, and a woman of integrity who stood by what she believed in. He urged all to be conscious of the end of life, which is a sure reality, and advised all present to live a just life, just like late Princess Enyade had lived.
Holy Father, your word teaches us that in all things we should return thanks unto your holy name. We ask that you comfort us all on the demise of our beloved Princess Enyade Omidiora, a gentle soul and peaceful person to the core. We ask, gracious Father, that you will shine upon her your light perpetual.
The vote of thanks was given by Mr. Dokun Omidiora, the eldest son of the deceased. In continuation of the events earmarked in honor of Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora, a commendation service was held on Thursday, 4th of August 2016 at the main auditorium of St. Jude's Anglican Church, which was also well attended by teeming family members, friends, associates and well-wishers of Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora. History has it that Princess Enyade, who was born to the wise and legendary ruler Sir Adesoji Aderemi, KCMG, the late Ooni of Ife, and the first African governor of the Old Western region. She was born on the throne of Ife on Thursday, 7th February 1935. She attended the Royal School of Akin Ile-Ife for her education before proceeding to St. Anne's School, Ibadan, in 1949 and later Oduduwa College, Ile-Ife, in 1951. Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora served in various capacities as the past president of the Victoria Island Lioness Club Ikoyi, past president Ife Club 12 members, a society of exclusive Ife daughters and wives, past president Young Women's Christian Association of St. Jude's Church. She was also a member and serving vice patron of the Youth Women Hosanna Youth Band. She was also a member and serving vice patron of the Youth Women Christian Union, YMCU, till her death. Princess Enyade was patroness of the Hosanna Youth Band, the Girls Guild, and Christian Charity Band. She was a member of several other clubs and associations, such as Mothers Union, Women Bible Class, and the Jerusalem Pilgrimage Society. The service of songs in Christian Wake had hymnal renditions as one eminent feature of the event, alongside other activities which spiced the event. In the exhortation given by the officiating minister, he eulogized the good virtues of Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora as a passionate and God-loving woman. He reminded all of the certainty of death which must come upon all men someday, but urged all to embrace righteousness and choose wisely to come to God through Christ.
I know a write-up is contained in the service booklet on Princess Enyade Omidiora, her very rich and regal heritage. exploits that God enabled her to make, not only in this country, but even abroad, for the many years where she lived, studied, and worked. To summarize, she was a lady that was greatly blessed. Looking at her heritage, the parentage, her upbringing, her marriage, and the fact that God gave her the grace to be a mother to these lovely children, male and female. God also gave her the grace for the fulfillment of a biblical promise that you will see your children's children to come to pass in her life. Apart from all such, we have before us the caps of a woman who had the grace of eminently intervening in the social life of her time.
The service then came to an end after some hymnals. The burial rites shifted grounds as Ile-Ife, the hometown of Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora, became the next port of call to round up the events lined up to give a befitting rite of passage to the deceased. The parade and fanfare was witnessed at the home of Princess Enyade, where different groups in their different attires teamed up to pay their last respect to a great woman who made indelible impact in their life and in the service to God and humanity. A Christian wake was organized at the Omidiora family residence, where an array of clergymen, family members, friends, associates, colleagues, club members, and well-wishers from different parts of the country and various spheres of life assembled to pay their last respect to the late Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora. Lots of testimonies were given about the deceased by some very close friends representing different religious, social, and traditional groups she belonged to in her lifetime. Hymnals were a prominent menu at the wake, which also had traditional council, religious organizations, dignitaries, and prominent figures such as Chief Alex Duduyemi and a host of others. The remains of the late Princess Enyade Omidiora was laid for all to see as family members, friends, and well-wishers took turns to go catch a glimpse of the remains of the deceased, after which they made their way to St. Peter's Anglican Church, Iremo, Ile-Ife, Diocese of Ife, where the funeral service was held. As customary in the Anglican denomination, the remains of Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora was interred as the officiating ministers in their legion offered prayers for the repose of her soul. The ministers, her husband and her children, bid a final farewell to Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora as they completed the dust-to-dust rites, which they took turns to carry out as their last respect to her family. The funeral service continued with a Thanksgiving, which saw their teeming guests accompany them in giving thanks to God for the repose of her soul and a successful ceremony. Prayers were offered. The reception was where it all ended, as family members, friends, and well-wishers danced and rejoiced over the life and times of Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora. We at Beacon Communications wish her an eternal rest in the Lord's bosom as we commiserate with the Omidiora family on the glorious exit of Princess Enyade Oyindaola Omidiora.
Àjùbà kìlọ̀ ṣe.